The Jerusalem Music Center, just outside the walls of the Old City, on a hillside facing Mount Zion. It's an area with British connections. This windmill, a local landmark, dates from 1857, when the philanthropist, Sir Moses Montefiore, knighted by Queen Victoria, began to establish dwellings here. The original wrought iron veranda still stands, imported from Ramsgate, where Montefiore died at the age of 101. Today, this is a thriving artists' quarter, and the music centre plays host to distinguished musicians from all over the world. There's always a keen audience for their public masterclasses. The centre houses its own television studio, where this series of 4 masterclasses was recorded during a visit to Jerusalem by the Austrian pianist Alfred Brendel. Brendel is among the world's outstanding interpreters of a wide repertoire, ranging from Haydn to Schoenberg. He's particularly renowned for his playing of Schubert and Beethoven. In this first program, he works on the well-known Appassionata Sonata by Beethoven, and to end, he'll give a complete performance of an impromptu by Schubert. Taking part is a young American pianist who's presently living here in Jerusalem. Bruce Levy was born in 1953 in Cincinnati, Ohio. He's given a number of public performances and is currently studying with the Israeli pianist Bracha Eden.
Let's look at that. With this sonata, there is the interesting problem. Does one play the beginning as a sort of introduction to the main character that starts with the fortissimo, or should the main character be there from the start on? I am adhering to the second version. Beethoven always, in his sonatas, starts with the basic character at once. There is no instance of a piece where the character slowly emerges. It is already hinted in the beginning. And this pianissimo here, misterioso as it is, has already to have some nervous tension. It should have steel inside. The indication of the nervous tension is for me the trill. This trill is not just an ornament on the surface, it indicates the high voltage. It should be played with the greatest expression, with the greatest clarity, and without making it too soft and lyrical. This trill is not only just there for the sake of expression, it is also structurally of enormous importance. This is a sonata on a trill. It is one of the main motives of the whole piece. The figure of the trill in its smallest version permeates the whole piece. Of the trill again, 2 trills. I could give you many more examples. It's not only the 2 notes of the trill, but also the 3 notes of the suffix of the trill that are of great importance within the piece. In fact, everything that happens in the first 3 lines is of the greatest importance for what will happen later. It determines the whole work. With Beethoven, this is usually the case, and the Appassionata is one of the most magnificent examples of economy of material. Now, this is an analytical point of view, but let's return to the expressive point of view. Let's get it right as far as the color is concerned. First of all, let the left hand accompany the right hand. It is only a shadow, but the right hand should not be played loose-limbed. It should be very well fixed, and already in your mind you should see that trill at the end of the phrase. Now, after F minor, we have, similar to one of the Razumovsky quartets, immediately the phrase one half tone higher. And this half tone higher phrase should have a slightly different color. The return to the dominant again needs a distinctly different third color. It is more positive. We are down to earth again. More. There are swellings here, dynamic swellings. When it starts the first time, again, it has to have this distinct steely quality within the pianissimo. It is only here with the retard that it gets softer. And then, for heaven's sake, take two hands. It is much too risky to play one hand. I can do it better. The only piano. Now the pianissimo starts. Again, the inserts here, the piano inserts, with the greatest rhythmical tension in the short notes possible. Concentrate on one sound and on a second sound for the two high chords. Ba, 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 ba. We have to feel the harmonic change. Yes. We go seemingly into a warmer, lighter sphere, but only seemingly. It will show in the next moment. Pianissimo stays. Pianissimo. So low in the piano, you have to keep that very clear. Ram, pa, 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 pam, pa, 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 pim. Concentrate on the right hand. Here we have fortissimo. And it has to be kept. You see, these things are terribly important in Beethoven. Every single marking in this piece means something. It's of vital importance. Let's start at the beginning. Full of electric tension. Please. Too much left hand, sorry, please. The left hand should accompany the right hand. don't keep the C in the right hand. You keep it so long that the new motive pa 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 comes in and it's still there. Pa 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 pim. Please. Yes, but even this, la pa pa pam, la pa pa pam. Don't relax yourself too much. It is sitting on the edge of your chair, I hope. Yeah, all right? No, this is leisurely. Po, 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 po. La, pa, pa, pa. Full of tension. More. Yes. Well done. But before this run, we won't repeat it now because it was so good. But then the note before, pa 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 pi, keep the C, don't take it away. The last bass note.
Yes.
It is tenuto.
So what?
No, the next one. There's another one. Yes, when we play this run, we have to keep in mind that the fortissimo is only later. This is forte. We have to keep.
I'm having so much problem.
Yes?
Of course, I'm trying to play too loud. Yeah.
Yes, well, I mean, we just keep it in mind and go on. Play the last two chords, pam, pim, and the end is piano, not pianissimo, here.
Yeah.
All right? No, the whole chord should be rounder. It's not nice if you have a doubled third and you play the bass so loud.
Yeah, of course.
All right?
Of course.
That's a bit too loud. Let's do it once more. Yes, now. Yes, please take away a lot of steam from the left hand and concentrate on the right. Let even here the left hand accompany. Concentrate on pa, 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 pam, pa, pim. Yes, if you could, pa, 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 pam, keep the rhythm tight, it would be even better. I know it's a bit risky, but let's take the risk. Once more, even for the last chord, the left hand is too loud, because in the end it covers everything. Yes. When you start the piano, the pedal has to come off. It's to be totally clear. Once more, please. No, you still have got the bass A flat in the pedal. You have to lift the pedal completely, all right? Yes, now something about the basic character of the piece. Czerny writes about it that the nickname Appassionata is not really quite appropriate to this piece because its style is too grand. It has too much grandeur for it. It would be more appropriate to the Sonata Opus 7. Let's keep that in mind when we play these chords. Don't get wild with them, but pa, 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 pa. Sit upright. Sit upright. No, it still sounds a little bit like racing away. ti, ta, ta. Orchestral manner. Now, also with the matter of sound, we have to clear it is simply too noisy. It is too noisy. And part of the reason is that the left hand plays too loudly. It has to be cut down very much. Yes, may I tell you that the first of these trills does not have a note before, only the second one. There are more problems. When we have the big grand chords in fortissimo, and we have to switch to the piano has to be both full of tension, but also formed like a lyrical phrase. Da, 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 dee, da. Can we try again? You know, the reason for the fortissimo sound that I don't like so much is probably that you put too much of it in instead of feeling the weight of your body, of your shoulder with each chord. Can I look at you? Do it again. Let me have a look. You see, the way you play this is senza espressione, but it should be, you play it without expression. The piano insert, and it should be full of expression. It should be different to the beginning that is pianissimo. Here we have piano. And it is the right hand that does more of the activity of feeling than the left hand. Can you do this? Yes. There's a little bit of a dynamic curve. We have the impression that we may go into major, but we have to build up this disappointment in a dramatic way. Can we start with the last trill? Yes, yes. You see, it makes no sense to suddenly have a different tempo here. When the triplets come in, you are suddenly much faster. If you want to get faster, a little bit, introduce it. And think of this as a very expressive vibrato, again, full of tension, not just a repeated note. It sounds too much like a repeated note to me. It is more. Yes. Now, can you feel the phrase? The sforzando should be a little bit prepared by the left hand. It did not indicate all this, but if you make the phrase alive, it would follow. Let's try it again, please. Yes, yes, that's better, but let's do it again and don't start so loud, yeah? All right? Yes, you see, the basic impression that one has here should also be one of an iron cast rhythm. Team, pam, 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 pam. Try to do this like a vibrating chord. Can you do this with your left hand? Yes, but where the harmonies change, I still have to have a little bit of an impression of the bass line. It's also a matter of pedaling. Very good. Now let's take the right hand with it, and let's try to keep within the dolce and within the pianissimo the tension of the rhythm. Yes, in order to keep the tension of the rhythm, the rhythmical basis in the left hand has to be completely calm. I would appreciate here if you would organize the trill. In this case, I'm not always for organizing trills, but because it has to rise gradually, you have to control it very well. Measure it. Can we now try this? To make it sound misterioso, lift your fingers well. Don't stay on the keys. The rest the pedal will do. Yes. Could you please start in this color and not in real legato and try it with the pedal? It simply sounds better. Yes, but absolutely regular, without any little unevennesses and bumps. Change the pedal. Yes, you see, it's a matter of listening. Here you don't need pedal. Now, let's deliberately play this. Could you do that and subordinate all the other notes? No. With the other notes. Yes. Without hurrying, without playing too loudly. Here is the fortissimo, not before. Can you do it again? Oh, sorry. You are not playing in time and you are not playing in rhythm. Ram, pa, 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 pam, pa, pi, pa, pa. Can you concentrate in your mind on the rhythm? First of all. No, you are hurrying. It simply takes more time. Lift your fingers. Yes, there is a big accelerando here that we don't want. I think both of us. Stay absolutely in time. Yes, more as an espressivo phrase with big intensity because it's fortissimo. Could we start? Each note with the biggest intensity you have. Yes, it's running away. Can you play it leisurely as far as the time goes and with the greatest intensity as far as the color goes? Yes, stay. There is no need to alter the tempo here, for my feeling, because we go on, and now no, this is really new territory, because we go into a key that we do not expect, and there is more lyrical warmth to it than at the beginning of the piece.
From the many problems encountered in the first movement of the Appassionata, we move on now to the end of the second movement, with its dramatic transition into the finale.
This is a cello playing. And if the cellist plays, you hear each note on the string. Ta dee ta dee ta 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 ta. Please do this. Yes, never mind. Again, the same thing. Yes, but not glued together. You see, a good cellist will play this very clearly so that the note has an answer. Don't play too much legato. Poco legato and hardly any pedal. Yes, but when you come here, don't go away. Yes, make the beginning a little less and what follows a little more. Can we start here? No. That's what I meant with the separation, you see.
Right, yeah.
Very disturbing. Crescendo starts in this bar. After all, arpeggio misterioso, now dramatic arpeggio. The arpeggio on the right hand is wrong, by the way. The right hand should be together and the left hand is arpeggiated by Beethoven. And it's much more impressive. Just the start of the last movement, please. you want to do with this beginning? Is it your aim to play a gradual accelerando over these runs and then lead into a faster tempo? It's not. Well, I mean, I would advocate that the first chord maybe a little spread. The sound you produced is not good because the left hand, again, is so noisy. Please concentrate on a very relaxed thumb of the right hand that plays the notes quasi legato. And in the last chord, you can push the left hand a little, but not before. If you want to keep the pedal here, you have to avoid that noise that accumulates in the Steinway. Can we try that again? You have two totally different hands. You are two different persons.
Wait, you're
One,
this is a statement or about?
No, you should have.
Oh,
You
okay.
should have, sorry. You should have one person with a right hand and one person with a left hand. They are coordinated, but they are totally different, actually. Now try to do that. Split yourself into two. No. You see, what you have achieved now is the two hands equally loud. Before, the left hand was much louder. I want... Thank you. No. I want to prevent that you run away. And you have to do that to yourself. And now concentrate. Fine. Yes. No, that again is too fast. And it's pianissimo, misterioso. It's running. The second bar is always faster than the first. When you play it, and it should be. Now, can I have a little bit of an expressive nuance? Little bit of it. Yes, and the last thing I want to ask you today is that we distinguish the quarter notes from the eighth notes later on. The tenuto notes should not be too loud. Give more impact to the little note before. Can you fix the rhythm and play together? Ta-da-dum, ta-da-dum. Yes, and so we let him run into the abyss. Interestingly, this pianissimo is not superseded for a long time. There is a crescendo here, but basically I think it should be kept on a level as low as possible, and only later on should be built up to forte.
Okay.
It's very hard to do, but it is very effective if you can do it, and if you can control the pulse. Now, Allegro ma non troppo is indicated not for nothing. It is also indicated for the fact that later on we have a coda that has to be noticeably faster and still has to work out properly. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Applause at the end of this masterclass on the Appassionata Sonata by Beethoven. In the year of Beethoven's death, 1827, Schubert composed two sets of impromptus. As a contrast to the intense drama we've heard in the Beethoven, Alfred Brendel closes the program with a performance of Schubert's impromptu in G-flat.
Thank you.